how to build the best Saiyan that you can. I know this is the old game, but the same logic applies to the new game because it's the same game and the same transformations get the same stats. So, for Saiyans, as you can see, this Saiyan's about level 404. Save up your stats. Don't be that person who uses all their stats in one go. You do not want to be doing that. The main reason you don't want to be doing that is because what if you change your mind about your stats, right? And you put your stats in some bullshit like fucking key resistance or some shit like that, right? Put 3 stats into melee damage, 1 stat into key max, 1 stat into health max, right? So you're gonna save up 5 skill points every time you level up. So you get 5 skill points, and you're gonna distribute the points 3 into melee, 1 into key max, 1 to health max. And you might be asking me, hey, what about speed? Because speed is very important in the new game. Alright. If you guys don't know, speed caps around like 200, and each 100 stat points is an extra M1. So what does that mean? This is why you don't need speed. Blue is gonna be the same as it is in the new game. Look at my stats right now. I have 500 speed. So, what does that mean? I'm going to get faster M1s by default, right? You're going to need key max and health max. For the main reason that, Saiyan's health max is complete garbage and their key max is complete garbage compared to other races, right? Because they see the less amount of stats. Also, one more thing for Saiyans. Do not ever, 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 don't ever invest in key damage, ever in your life. If you're gonna do key damage and you want to be a Saiyan, go pick a Frieza race, pick an android, pick a Beerus race, pick something else. Don't pick a Saiyan for key damage. Pick something else. Android's more flexible overall. This is why androids are more fun. You get to pick any kind of build you want with android because you get 1 stat each level, right? So instead of 1 stat every 3 levels like a Saiyan, I'm a key build android, right? So my stats are kind of wonky right now because I didn't do it right. But it's the same thing. Most of your stats go into key damage, which is 3 in key damage, right? That means you save up 3 in key damage, 1 in melee resistance, 1 in speed. Except for key max. Don't put key max. Don't bother putting key max in an android. First off, you get auto regen, right? So you don't have to look. For example, let's say this. Let's say I just use a move. You see how my key max bar goes up slowly? I don't need key max. You'll never need key max as an android. At that point, you don't need is key resistance. This stat right here, key resistance. Don't ever put anything in key resistance for the main reason that you have this move. And the reason I'm saying put points into melee resistance is because it's gonna make you super tanky. It's gonna make you very hard to deal with in PvP battles. Most players are running melee builds. Most brain dead Saiyans and brain dead players run melee builds because they don't know how to run anything else, right? You're gonna be so tanky, it's gonna make other players hate. Also, capsules make a huge difference as well. I'll get into capsules later. 3 in melee damage, 1 in key max, and 1 in speed. Why are we doing that? Because you're gonna be running a melee build. I would never run a key build in Mechian. For the main reason that you get Gum Gum Pistol. So you're gonna be doing M1s with Gum Gum Pistol to combo extend. So this means you should be putting more in melee. No key. Okay. So for Jiren's, it's a similar deal. 3 in melee damage, 1 in key max, 1 in speed. You're getting most of your key max from full emotion, which you get at level 150. 3 in melee, 1 in key max, 1 in speed. Frieza race. You could honestly just dump all your stats into key, because your transformations are giving you everything you need. Transformations that last forever. Infinite transformations. You can spam key all you want with a Frieza race. Right? Better than an android. Androids can spam key, but a Frieza can do it better because they get more damage, more key max. They're built for it. But if you don't want to run this full key, you can run 3 points into key, 1 point into speed, and 1 point into key max if you want to do a more balanced build. Same thing for Beerus race. Beerus is just a worse version of Frieza. So you can just do the same thing, dump all into key max, or dump into key max, not key max, but key damage, key max, and speed. Now for humans, do most of your stats into melee and speed, because your mystic forms are going to be fast as shit, your Kaioken's going to be fast as shit. 3 into melee, 1 into speed, health max. Can run that, but I recommend you just dump it mostly into damage and speed. For Beerus, or you can do a hybrid. Hybrid is ki and damage, right? So you can either stack between hybrid or ki damage. I would suggest ki damage because they are pretty sure they're a worse Frieza race. But you can do a hybrid. You can invest some. They have really bad ki resistance. So putting stats into ki resistance is just wasting your time. For Cybermen are balanced. They're balanced builds. Okay, for Birder race, Birder, you're gonna run speed and melee. If you're gonna run Birder, you're probably a speed maniac, so you're gonna run both speed and melee. You could run. I'm not sure if a ki build's good for Birder, to be honest. But you're gonna be using speed a lot, right? So if you're gonna be using speed, you're probably gonna try overwhelming your opponents with M1s. So, because speed and M1s go hand in hand. The more speed you have, the more M1s you have. So you're probably running a speed melee build Birder. For the Doria race, Doria has the best resistances. So just spam resistances. Ki resistance, melee resistance, and health max. Alright. So I would do, personally, points in ki resistance, 2 points in melee resistance, and 1 point in melee. If you're running Doria, you're probably like, oh, I want defenses. So put your stats in defenses. Majins they're an iffy race, right? As a Majin, you should never, ever, ever think about running a ki build. Why would you ever? Like I said, if you want to run a ki build, run a race that specializes in ki, which is Android. Because androids can do anything, right? Androids, Friezas, or and Beerus race. That's the only races you want to be using for ki, right? It's the same. We're gonna do our stat points by 5, right? So you wait till your stat point, your skill points, get 5, right? And you're gonna distribute your ki. You're gonna distribute your stats evenly between your stats, right? What I would do, I would run a melee build. 2 in melee damage, right? 1 in ki max, and 1 in speed, and 1 in health max, right? That's what I would do for Majins, and why am I distributing the stats like that? This is a new Majin that I'm building. I kind of mess up the stats again, right? But this is what I'm saying. Keep your stat points. Don't spend all your stat points as soon as you get them, because you're going to, when you get that higher level, you're going to know what you're going to know what you want for your stats, right? You should never spend your stat points like a kid going to the candy store. Alright. 2 in melee, 1 in ki max, 1 in health max, 1 in speed. You're putting most of your stats into melee damage because you're going to be running melee. And the reason you're going to be running melee is because you get Gun Pistol. Alright. This move right here is amazing. I'm pretty sure this move combo extends. I've seen Majins use this dumb move. The Mechians get it as well. It's so stupid. It's stupidly good. It's so stupid. Alright, what are you guys also get a form at level 110 if I'm being correct. Transformations, yep. You guys get purification at level 110. Alright? So what does this mean? If you're getting stats already in your form, and you're getting to level 110, because you will get level 110. This means that you don't have to put as much in speed, right? Because if you're smart, or if you're an android, right, you're probably going to be running fundamental capsule, life capsule, ki capsule, and probably speed capsule. So that's less points you need to put in speed. Remember, speed caps at 200, right? Each 100 stat points in speed is about 1 M1, right? So you don't need to be putting that much speed and that many points into speed. That's why we're only playing 1, right? And when you get that level 100 speed, level 100, we're going to have a bunch of speed, a bunch of these stats, right? And this is just giving you a clear idea of where you should be putting your stats. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your stats, right? But I suggest 2 in melee, 1 in ki max, 1 in health max, and 1 in speed. No, I did fuck up my stats. But we would. Boys don't cry.